Hello, I'm going to show you how to create a simple rail using a basic knowledge of Railclone. So this is what you'll need. You'll need the four already modeled objects, a corner model, a midsection, and one start and one end section. And yeah, it works for every kind of design you have. You sometimes might only need the midsection, but it depends. So this is already how it looks like. A Railclone object. Let's go to Style Editor. Okay, so this is how it will look like. You just have your spline connected, your rail start, corner, rail mid, and rail end section. So let's go ahead and create one from scratch. So what you're gonna need is a line, polyline, simple. Then create a Railclone Pro object, drag and drop, and go to Style, Style Editor, and here we're going to drag and drop a linear array generator and a spline object and a segment object. For the spline, we select the spline we've already built and connect it to the linear array. And the default, let's pick for first as the rail midsection. Okay, let's connect that to the default slot for now. Oops, sorry, I have to load the object. So click on the rail midsection. And as the display feature, you can go here in the bottom to display. You can have it either as boxes or as a point cloud. So I use it as a mesh. It consumes a lot of memory, but it's better when editing. After you finish with it, you can keep it on boxes if you have multiple Railclone objects. So keep it as a mesh when you're doing the first prototype. So now let's go ahead and load the other sections inside the Railclone object. So we select it, go to open the style editor, and we add a few more segments. We can also Control C, Control V, and let's load. Actually, let's rename this as Rails Start section. Rail end section, and rail corner section. Okay, and let's load them up. Click on the object where it says none. Click on the start section and the end, same way. Let's go ahead and connect that. But before that, I'm going to show you something I did on purpose. It's about the gizmo. So each object has a certain gizmo. So for the midsection, it's different than the others, the gizmo position. Also for the corner one. So there's this thing that you have to look out before or after you do the Railclone object. But Railclone has a feature that works around the pivot. Let me show you how. So you load up the start section. We already did that. We connect it to start and the end connected to the end. So you can see how there's this little difference in height. So how we can adjust this is by going to the problem, which is the mid section, and go down to alignment, and the z-axis go to pivot, and there you go. And that's it. Let's load up the corner section as well, which is this one. Now another feature, another thing that took me some time to find to fix it. If you connect this to the corner just like that, it looks like this. Because Railclone tries to slice and bend each object, and in the object corner, you have to do another thing, which is you should go to your linear generator, linear array, your linear generator, and in rules you untick aligned path and you set it to corner. Okay, and now you go to your rail corner section, you go to deform, and you untick bend. Cool. So let me show you how it looks like with that option ticked. So if I go back and say align to path, it's gonna look like this. It's gonna place it in an angle, which we don't want. So now let's go back to our midsection and just go to transform and align adjust the angle, the rotation on a z-axis. So let's try 45. Oops, sorry, wrong section. It should be corner section. Let's try 45 and 90. And now the only problem that remains is still about the alignment of the pivot. And we go to general alignment. This time is both X and Y. We put it to pivot. So this just depends on the way you've modeled and you placed your pivots on your gizmo, on your objects. So there we go. One other thing cool that you can do with the midsection is you can create them at even positions. So instead of connecting the midsection to the false slot, you connect it to the evenly slot. And now if you go to your linear generator and go down to evenly, you have already this distance. And instead of 100 centimeters for me, what I found that it works is 20 centimeters. And you can play with this. But let's connect it to the default. And there you have it. That's how you create a small basic rail using Railclone. Thank you.